In this video, I want to talk about everybody's favorite CEO. It's freaking Randy Pitchford. Obviously, I'm being sarcastic because this guy he needs to stop tweeting, man. I don't know. His PR team or somebody at his company needs to check him before he tweets out anything, because he just keeps on saying ridiculousness and putting his foot in his mouth and just pissing off people, basically. So this report comes from IGN, where they talk about how Randy Pitchford has continued his social media push to address complaints about the performance of the PC version of Borderlands 4, telling some disgruntled players they can get a Steam refund if they're unhappy with the game. There's also apparently been an issue, at least on console, where there's been confusing comments on why the console version of Borderlands 4 lacks a field of view slider. But apparently, I think there's supposed to be some type of update to fix that on the way. And then Randy has even told people about code your own engine and show us how it's done, please. And declare Borderlands 4 a premium game made for premium gamers. Even though you got people in the gaming community that have played this game on high-end PCs still having problems with it, from frames dropping, stutters, lag, the game crashing. I literally watched my friend, who's Twitch partner and has a great following and things like that, and has a very good high-end PC, play Borderlands on stream, and towards the end of the stream, the game crashed on him. As it stands right now, Borderlands 4 is currently on a mixed Steam review rating, with most of the negative comments revolving around performance. Even the tech experts at Digital Foundry have said their initial analysis of Borderlands 4 on PC shows significant stutter problems, and have advised against running the game on its badass graphics setting. And what's the root of this problem? Unreal Engine 5, which has been notorious for optimization and performance issues. And not just on PC either, console too. And apparently still the outspoken Gearbox chief is showing no signs of backing down, issuing tweet after tweet in responses to direct complaints about how Borderlands 4 runs. Most of the tweets offer direct advice about how to make Borderlands 4 run better, which is of course a perfectly reasonable thing to do, and call for players to put their irrational distrust of video game graphics tech such as DLSS aside and use it if available to them. But Pitchford, maybe, being frustrated about the discourse around Borderlands 4, I don't know, has issued some, more wild responses. Pointing to Steam refund systems so players can get their money back, for example, like I mentioned before, or suggesting fans wait for the game to be cheaper, or a more powerful PC hardware to come out. In one tweet response, he talks about how he's not trying to argue either. I was offering to help you if you are not satisfied with your experience and want some help making trade-offs. I'm trying to help users understand that the software is the software, and there are options available right now for people who want to play right now to make significant and dramatic trade-offs between FPS, resolution, and graphics features. That's for people who want to play now. People who want to play later can play later. People can even get a refund after buying and trying it if they are not satisfied. Those are the options. My advice to users is to accept reality in tune or to not play. We're working more on the software, but the software will not radically change later. However, hardware will get better, just like some or all of your hardware probably didn't exist when Cyberpunk first launched. Do you feel you need help to achieve the trade-offs you're looking for? What kind of hardware are you using, and what resolution are you trying to run at, and what frame rate is acceptable to you? That's what he said. Now, obviously, I can understand when there are certain people that are just being, insufferable, going maybe a little too far in terms of their complaints, things like that. And so Randy's responding a certain way to them. But at the same time, Randy, dude, you gotta chill out, man. You have a known history of saying some really dumb stuff online, on social media, and it just gets you in trouble, or just really makes you look bad. I mean, remember when he was trying to push the whole $80 price point? Come on. And then it seems that PC gamers don't like being told to use the likes of DLSS and frame duration during to improve the performance of Borderlands 4. I mean, and who can blame them? Because if you think about it, frame gen and to an extent DLSS is just kind of like a band-aid for the problem. It's not really a true fix. But him telling people, you can do whatever you want, the game is the game, please get a refund from Steam if you aren't happy with it, is not exactly the best approach. And it just gets worse and worse from there as far as what he said. It's just stupid. But yeah, he just loves to do this. He needs to chill out. He just needs to handle this better. Maybe have his community managers, respond to this instead of him. I don't know. Or, like I said, he needs to have his PR team or something like that check what he says before he tweets out stuff. Because, man, this is not making him look good. Even though Borderlands 4 has had a very high concurrent player count, I think at launch, 300,000 plus people or something like that on Steam alone, and sold really well and things like that. There's no denying that, but for the long term, this is going to trickle off, and people are going to be less interested, in buying it, especially when the CEO of Gearbox is saying some stuff like this to the community, the player base, like that are having problems. A lot of us are sick and tired of Unreal Engine 5 causing these problems, and devs, while talented, some of them, if not all of them, it seems like to us, like the consumers, like the devs don't fully understand what they're doing with the engine or something like that, because we're constantly having these problems. And it's not just Gearbox, it's other devs too out there that keep having these issues with optimization and performance, where it's like, yes, I know they're trying to use the newest hardware and engines like that, and to get the game, running smoother, faster, things like that. But this has been going on for a couple of years now, at least, where it's consistent issues with the engine. And I don't know, man. It just feels like the devs aren't fully understanding it. I don't know. Or maybe it's something on Epic's side they need to get cleared up or fixed. I don't know. Because Epic Games are the ones who made the engine. I feel like maybe devs need to go back to Unreal Engine 4, scale back on some of these games. I don't know. This is, yeah. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with this, but just have to wait for, I guess, updates. If you're playing it now, you wait for updates. Hopefully they patch this out. I mean, I know Borderlands 3, that launched on PC in a rough state too. And I don't even think that was Unreal Engine 5. That was something else. It might have been Unreal Engine 4, different engine altogether. And that released on a rough state. So somewhat of a history Gearbox has with releasing their PC ports of Borderlands games in a bad state. I think maybe even Tiny Tina's Wonderlands may have had a rough state. I don't know when it launched on PC. But yeah, this is not good. And the other thing too is Gearbox has also issued a piece of advice that's not even helping. It's not helped me. It's not helped many players, where they talk about give the game at least 15 minutes to see how your PC's performance has changed, this and that, and let the game compile shaders and recompile shaders, stuff like that, or updates. And it's just, no, fix your game. I get it. Us as consumers don't fully understand the behind the scenes, actual work of the game development. And I know game development is a challenging task, a challenging ordeal. Heck, it's a miracle that any of these games get made because of all the stuff that goes into them from a technical standpoint, among other factors. But at the same time, when you got games, indie games in particular, or even lower budget games, AA even, releasing in a much better polished state than these AAA games are, it says a lot. It speaks volumes. So, yeah. But what do you guys think about this? What's your take? Are you one of the people that have freaking tweeted at Randy and he just clapped back with you, basically? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I would appreciate a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you guys in the next one.